Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 coming at you with another video. And today's video, I want to talk about the new trailer for the Wolverine game that Insomniac's making at the last Sony PlayStation Direct or State of Play. I forgot what they call their streams. The kind of like showstopper of that Direct was the new Wolverine game that Insomniac is making. We finally got our first look at this kind of cinematic trailer for it. And my personal thoughts about it is I'm not excited. I'm not excited for this game. I don't know, just looking at it and seeing the trailer, I'm just not excited for this one. There's quite a few reasons why. One, I love the Insomniac Marvel Spider-Man game. Mainly just because I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. But the main reason I love those games is the web swing, the traversal that you get with Spider-Man. And that's the biggest issue I have for this Wolverine game is Wolverine doesn't get around like Spider-Man does. There's not going to be any web swinging in the new Wolverine game. And I think that was like the biggest accomplishment that Insomniac did was creating like the best web swinging in any Spider-Man game so far. They really built upon all the previous games, and the web swinging in Insomniac Spider-Man is top-notch. Everything else I think is just average. I think the story for the first Spider-Man game was great. That was truly good. But the second game, it was just average. The combat, it's really nothing special. Where that game sticks out is the web swinging. And that is my biggest fear with the Wolverine game is just like, there's no web swing. So the thing that you did really fantastic with your previous superhero Marvel franchise Spider-Man is now absent in the Wolverine game, and Wolverine, again, doesn't have those traversal options. Yeah, he has like his like jump where he like leaps towards somebody, but other than that, he's like riding a motorcycle. Or, you know, maybe he can, like, climb up a wall by, like, using his claws to, like, climb up. But again, it's just, like, that's not web swinging. That's not web swinging. That's not gliding. So, again, it's just, like, you're basically going to make a game where all, like, the main features of it are just kind of what I feel you do average at in your previous game. So personally, I'm not that excited for this Wolverine game. I think it's going to be solid. I don't think it's going to be bad by any means. I just don't think this is a game that I'm going to get day one, have to play it. I'll wait until this game goes on sale for like maybe $20. Again, I'm just not that excited for this game. So yeah, the fact that it's just kind of like based on Wolverine, there's no web swinging. And, like, one thing that did scare me in the trailer is I don't think we saw any actual gameplay, but they did kind of show off, like, cinematic gameplay of what the gameplay should look like. And one thing that scared me was they repeated this finisher where Wolverine takes his claws and, like, punches somebody in the face and, like, just impales them right through the face. They showed that, like, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times. And that gets me scared because I think a lot of this game is going to be combat. And if you don't have a lot of, like, combat finishers or takedowns, I think that's going to, like, be a big problem in the game. And another thing that got me worried was after they played the cinematic trailer, they had this whole behind the scenes where they show the people, like, who are, like, working on the game. And they start talking about it. And the first thing they talked about was they showed the new voice actor that they had for Wolverine, and they showed all the shit they had to do to get the cutscenes working well. And they did this big spiel about how you can see in Wolverine's eyes the anger and hatred and, like, sadness and a little bit of, you know, regret and all this stuff. You can see it in, like, his eyes in the game, and we work so hard to make it happen. And it's just like, the thing that scares me, that's the thing that scares me the most, is the fact that, like, you have this entire development team with this bloated budget for this game, and all they are focusing on is making it look like a movie. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most about Sony Studios, is just make movies. Like, your whole goal is to make playable movies. Just make a fucking CG movie. Just do it. Don't, like, stop making games into movies. I hate that, like, model that they're going for. And again, you can see it because all of the, like, the first thing that they wanted to tell you about the game was how good it looks. How good it looks, how expressive we can make the characters. And it's like, that doesn't matter when you play a game. Like, again, if I was in charge of it, the first thing that I would have our people talking about is the combat of the game. Because that's going to be the biggest aspect gameplay-wise. And, like, I want them to sit down and be like, listen, we have made so many takedowns in this game. You probably won't see one of them twice through an entire playthrough. That is how many we fucking have in this game. And just go on about, like, listen, we have these mechanics where, like, Wolverine can, like, jump from, like, person to person, and each jump is, like, different, and then you can, like, use them, throw them up, like, chain your combos doing that, or, like, just, like, crazy shit about the combat. And it's just, like, that's what I want to hear from the game developers. I don't want to see how hard it took to, like, get the face rigging right, and all that stuff. I want to hear what gameplay ideas you have. I want people to, like, sit down there and just be like, we literally made every costume of Wolverine from everything we've ever put in. Like, there are so many unlockable costumes. There's so many unlockables in this game. That's what I want your development team to talk about. I don't want them to talk about the graphics and how they made it look like a movie. So again, that is one thing that made me very worried about this Wolverine game. Again, and I don't think I'm alone. I think a lot of people are just like, I'm not that impressed by this. It has taken way too long for them to, like, make it. The fact that they're so hyper-focused on the graphics makes me really worried about they're not as focused on the gameplay, which is the actual important part. And I just don't think they're going to do anything super, like, interesting with this game. Like, again, the best Wolverine game we have so far is X-Men Origins Wolverine on the PlayStation 3. And I doubt this new Wolverine game is going to match that game. That game was legitimately fun. It had great set pieces, real good gameplay mechanics, a ton of unlockables. Like the suits you can unlock were really cool. And the way you unlocked them was cool because you actually had to fight that version of Wolverine in, like, this training room, and then once you beat him, you unlock that costume. That was super cool. I love the regeneration mechanics that they had, where it's like you'd see the damage Wolverine visibly had, and if you waited a while, you would see it heal up in real time, which was so fucking cool. They had so many takedowns. And just, it was such a good game. And that's what I expect out of a Wolverine game. And I'm worried this game's not going to deliver. I worry they're going to sacrifice a bunch of gameplay mechanics in favor of making it look like a movie. But honestly, all in all, that's my thoughts. Again, we haven't even seen gameplay yet. This is just my opinion on the very first trailer of the game. So, things could change, but as of right now, I'm not that excited about it. I'll need to see more, but again, I think this is going to be a game I'm just going to have to wait on. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.